Hi Scholar, I'm glad to know you have interest in watching this video, so welcome to Post Scholar's channel. By the grace of God, I believe you will learn something by the end of this video. So the title of this video is Simultaneous Equation in Order Basis, right? And we have just one example to solve here. The example says the following simultaneous equation are written in base 2. 1 x plus 10 y equal 1 0 0 1, then x minus y equals 1 0. Find x and y, leaving your answer in base 2. All right, now the difference between this question, between this simultaneous equation and the other simultaneous equation, is that the other simultaneous equation you might have been solving, for those of you who have solved one before, is always in base 10. Like we use the normal counting method for it. Why this one is in base 2? So let's solve. Solution. We start by writing the question. 1 x plus 1 0 y equals 1 0 0 0 1 and 1 0 x minus y equal 1 0. So I'm going to name the equation. This equation here is equation 1, while this equation here is equation 2. Right? Now looking at this equation very well, we have established that it's a simultaneous equation, right? Now there are two methods or three methods or probably more than two methods, but the familiar method we can use to solve this simultaneous equation is either elimination method or substitution method. So the method we are going to use for this video is elimination method. Right? Now in elimination method, you try to eliminate one of the variables. In the simultaneous equation, we have x variable and y variable, right? So for the sake of this video, we are going to eliminate y variable. But before you can eliminate the variable, the coefficient of y in equation 1 must be the same with the coefficient of y in equation 2. The coefficient of y in equation 1 is 10, while the coefficient of y in equation 2 is 1. There's an invisible one here, right? Now, since they both have different coefficients, what we can do mathematically is to multiply equation 2 by 1 0, right? When you multiply the whole of equation, take note, you can't just multiply only this part by 1 0. You must multiply everything. Whatever you do to Peter, you do to Paul. So what we'll do next is multiply equation 2 all through by 1 0. Now when we do that, we have 1 0 multiplies the right hand side, the left hand side, which is 10x minus y equal, so similarly 1 0 multiplies the left hand side, which is also 1 0. Right? Now next we open the brackets. 1 0 times 1 0 x. Leave the x for now. Let's focus on 1 0 multiplied by 1 0. So let's do it. We'll do it somewhere here. 1 0 times 1 0. So I taught you how to do it. 0 times 0, 0, 0 times 1, 0, 1 times 0, 0, 1 times 1, 1. Now you add up 0, 0, 1. Right? Remember, we are working in base 2. You can see each of these digits is not greater than 2, neither is equal to 2. So we have established that 1 0 multiplied by 1 0 gives 1 0 0. So remember, there is an s here. So 1 0 multiplied by 1 0 x is 1 0 0 x. As you all know, a times b is ab. Similarly, 1 0 multiplied by, there's a symbol here, there's a sign here like that, minus. My minus, then 1 0 multiplied by y gives 1 0 y equals 1 0 multiplied by 1 0. We've done it here. It's still 1 0 0, right? I can go ahead to erase this. Having done that, I can then name this equation 3, right? Good. Now I'll combine equation 1 and equation 3. Remember, equation 2 has been transformed to equation 3. So we no longer need equation 2 in this context. We'll now combine equation 1 and equation 3. Reason being that the coefficient of y in equation 1 and the coefficient of y in equation 3 is the same. So let's combine 1 and 3. So combining equation 1 and 3, we have 1 x plus 1 y equal 1 0 0 0 1. Equation 1. Next, equation 3. 1 0 0 x minus 1 0 y equals 1 0 0. Equation 3. So we are good to go now. You can see the coefficient of y here is 1 0 and the coefficient of y here is also what? 1 0. Now let's eliminate this variable. Here is having positive and here is having what? Negative. So what we can do to eliminate y is to add equation 1 and equation 3, right? So let's do that. 1 x plus 1 0 0 x. what do we have? Let's add it somewhere here. 1 1 plus, let 1 0 0 be on top. 1 0 0 plus 1 1, that's 1 1 1. So when you add it, you have 1 1 1. Remember there's s here, x. Then if you add 10y plus minus 10y, it gets eliminated, right? So everything here has become 0. So equals to, we add this 1001 plus 1000. If you add, let's add it so that you will see it yourself. 10001 plus 10 plus 100, you have 10101. So yeah, we have, when you add these two together, you have 10101, right? So I can go ahead erasing this. Now we need to find the value of x. Remember, what do we do to find the value of x? We have to divide both sides, both left hand side and right hand side, by 1 1 1. When we do that, we have over 1 1 1 over 1 1 1. So 1 1 1 here cancels, 1 1 1. So we are left with x equal 10101 divided by 1 1 1. Now this is looking like a division, and I've taught you guys how to divide a number base. You can check my other videos. So let's do that quickly. So you write 1 1 1 divided by 10101. Now let's divide. How many 1 1 1 can you find in 1? Is impossible. How many 1 1 can you find 1 0? Is impossible. How many 1 1 1 can you find 1 0 1 0? That's 1. Remember, we are working base 2, and the digits you need are just 0 and 1. So 1 1 1 in 1 0 1 0 is 1. So I write my 1. 1 times 1 1 1 is 1 1 1. We are supposed to write it like this: 1 1 1. Reason be that we divided 1 0 1 0 by 1 1 1, right? So that's the issue. So now let's subtract. 0 minus 1 is impossible. Borrow 1 from 1. When you borrow 1 from 1, you are left with 0. The 1 you borrowed from this 1 becomes 2, since you are working base 2, remember. So you add the 2 to the 0, which gives 2. Now you can subtract 2 minus 1 gives 1. Next, 0 minus 1 is not possible. You can't borrow from this 0, but you can borrow from 1. When you borrow 1 from 1, you are left with 0. The 1 you borrowed takes the value of 2, which is the base. That 2 is added to this 0, which gives 2. Now remember, we need this. We are working with this. 0 minus 1 is still not possible, so you borrow 1 from this 2. When you borrow 1 from 2, you are left with 1. So takes the value of 2, which is the base. So you add it to this 0 and you have 2. Now you can subtract. 2 minus 1. Okay, 2 minus 1 gives 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 0 minus nothing, 0. So there's no need to write it because it's insignificant. How many 1 1 1 can you find in 1 1? Is impossible, so you have to bring down this 1. Now you can divide. How many 1 1 1 can you find in 1 1 1? That's 1. Next, multiply. 1 times 1 1 1 gives 1 1 1. You subtract and you have 0. So we have succeeded in dividing 1 0 1 0 by 1 1 1, which gives 1 1, and it's in base 2 already. So we can say x is equals to 1 1 base 2, right? Next, remember we are asked to find x and y, right? We have gotten the value of x, we are left with y. So to find the value of y, I can say put x equal 1 1 into equation 2. This equation 2. Remember, we have gotten the value of x. What we need to find is the value of y. So what we just need to do is to substitute the value of x into this place. So let's do that. Put x equal 1 1 into equation 2. Now when we do that, you have 1 0 into bracket 1 1 minus y equal 1 0, right? Let's look at it. You can see it. The only thing I did was to substitute this x with 1 0, right? Because we now know the value of x. Now it's easier for us to find the value of y since we know the value of x. So let's multiply 1 0 times 1 1. Let's multiply. That's 1 0 times 1 1. So 1 times 0 0, 1 times 1 1, 1 times 0 0, 1 times 1 1, and the answer is 0 1. That's 1 1 0. So here we have 1 1 0 minus y equal 1 0, right? Let me erase this part. Now the mission is to find the value of y. So what I can do is in mathematics is it normally I'm supposed to add y to both sides. I want to move this y from the left hand side to the right hand side. So what I'll do is add y to both sides. When I do that, I'll have a positive y here, right? It was negative in the left hand side, now it's positive in the right hand side. So I'm left with 1 1 0 at the left hand side. Then this 10, since it was positive here, right? So this is what I have. So I can rearrange by saying y is equal to 1 1 0 minus 1 0. So doing that, this part I can write 1 1 0 minus 1 0. So when I do that, 0 minus 0 gives 0, 1 minus 1 gives 0, 1 minus nothing gives 1, please. So finally, y is equals to 1 0 0. It's already in base 2, base 2. So we have gotten the value of x and y. So therefore, x is equal to, what's the value we got for x? X equals to what? 1 1 1 1 base 2, and y is equal to 1 0 0 base 2. I hope it is well understood. Now we have succeeded in solving this question. So I want to believe if you see any question that takes this form, you should be able to solve it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.